This New England Patriots betting preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Circus Sports. Circus Sports is giving away $14 million this NFL season. Sign up in Vegas and play from anywhere. Get all the info over at circusports.com. We're also brought to you by our Patreon. Score exclusive perks and content available only to our patrons at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Long Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
McCorkle. Just wanted to start with that.
We forget sometimes. I get annoyed when we forget to call Mac Jones McCorkle Jones, aka his real name. And thank you for starting off the show with that, Ryan. Needed that.
It's important. I don't want to call it. It's just like when people just routinely call him Dak. Rain Dakota Prescott. Rain.
Now wait, do we know is McCorkle McCorkle is his first name?
It's McCorkle
right?
Mac Jones. There's a middle name though, because you know he's from the South, so he's definitely got a third name.
Well, it's Michael McCorkle Mac Jones.
Oh my god! All right, just murder someone already. Oh, that's not funny. He's on the Patriots. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he might actually. Did you see? That. Did you see?
And Sean, by the way, I don't mean to step on what you're about to say, but it's relative to the bad joke I just made about Aaron Hernandez.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say. It is connected to Aaron Hernandez. His brother got arrested for supposedly planning a school shooting.
Fuck him.
And
dumb family all around. I listened to the podcast. Yeah, obviously they had some fucked up shit go on to him, but I mean, this is Aaron Hernandez did smash his security cameras to quote destroy the evidence. Which, by the way, Sean, I asked Colby to smash the cameras so we would scrub all the evidence of you flailing your new toy around in the studio.
Oh yes,
but no guns on this episode. Gun. It's bad taste. It's bad taste.
It makes you remember Aaron Hernandez.
And you're a good friend of Gronk, so we don't want to potentially accidentally taint Gronk's legacy.
Yeah, Gronk was hilarious. Like anytime, you could tell he was like well trained by Belichick, because anytime anyone brought up Aaron Hernandez, he just goes, I got nothing. He would just like turn into a blank stare there and not.
And if you do listen to that podcast,
the Aaron Hernandez podcast.
Sorry, yes, the Aaron Hernandez. I'm blanking on the name. But look, Urban Meyer came out of that pretty like okay. He definitely had some idea what was going on.
Yeah,
Belichick also not clean. That the New England Patriots, I believe, had some additional insight into some stuff, and we're probably fortunate this happened when it happened. Or it would have been a much bigger deal to a guy who, you know, Robert Kraft doesn't like the old egg on his face. Robert Kraft likes to take a picture next to his plane, sharing masks with the world, not the other stuff.
Robert Kraft, a lot of different off the field interests. Brian, we're going to talk Robert Kraft. We're going to talk.
That's cheese. I'm sorry.
We're going to talk McCorkle Jones, talking Billy Belichick. We will be joined by co-host of the Golf Gambling Podcast, the noted baby whale himself, Bosrton Capper.
Which, by the way, Sean, I'm wearing a baby whale.
Yes, perfect time, Ryan. You're rocking the baby whale T-shirt. Of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Join the war on corporate gambling. You can get the baby whale shirt in the store, but we're going to be hooking up patrons with exclusive merch over there. Episodes from the archive, bonus ad-free episodes, us telling Vegas stories, Lenny Dykstra voicemail. We'll re-release the first ever episode of the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Oh wow!
I remember we listened. I think we were in a car in Vegas and re-listened to like the first 30 seconds. It gets off to a hilarious start. So
let's just put it this way: we might not have the same tout names. names. We are working through some shit.
You will get to hear us reveal our original tout names. A lot of fun. And again, support SGPN. Stick it to the man. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Patreon.
Sean, you know what else we might be able to do?
Sure.
We might be able to go through and eventually dig out the archives of like first guest.
Oh,
because I think
would have no idea who the first.
Well, I think our guest later on is probably going to claim that he was the first guest.
He
of the
does
show
like to say he was here before Colby.
Well, the voicemails. I think
Capper's first voicemail. Yeah, we can dig that up. It's a lot of fun stuff in the Patreon.
It's probably hard to understand. He used to call in very drunk. Very drunk.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
He was a younger man.
All right, 2022 New England Patriots 8-9 straight up. Of course, that
impressive.
Their win total was 8.5. They went under. We both had the under. We both went 7-10 with the Patriots. They were 7-9 and 1 ATS. Obviously, it would have hit the over had they not lost that insane game to the Raiders. Comical way to.
Has there been an investigation?
No, not yet. And listen to the Raiders episode. Jakobi Meyers did name him my MLD most likely DGen, and of course we got those at the end of the episode as well. DVOA 15, so not bad considering. Of course, the offense was really the issue. 24th in offense, 3rd in defensive DVOA. Their estimated wins were 8.6, so. Their Pythag wins were 9, so underperformed by a little bit here. Almost. Yeah.
No, they didn't underperform. They just gave the game away to the Raiders.
That's really all it was.
That's the one game.
So if you had the under, you got to feel pretty fortunate. I mean, obviously,
and that doesn't count for regression. Yeah. I'm not counting that game for regression. That was one man's transgression.
Well, they were +9 in the turnover differential, so that should count against them for regression. But I think the biggest thing from 2022 and then moving on to 2023 is you no longer have Joe Judge and Matt Patricia being these mystery offensive coordinators, right? Like that to me, their offense was a disaster. You could blame a ton of it on play calling. Mac Jones kind of regressing a little bit from his rookie year, not playing up to snuff. But what are your big takeaways, Ryan, for the 2022 Pats?
I mean, I think so. Obviously you can't talk about the 22 Pats without talking about the fact that it was the year that Belichick decided to put a defensive coordinator and a special teams coach in charge of an offense.
Yeah, I mean that really is their biggest issue.
Well, I went back and listened to a little bit to our preview last year, Sean, which I think I might start doing for the rest of the teams. Oh, we nailed this.
Yeah,
we pointed out that this didn't seem to make sense. And weren't really sure.
It is one of those things, and the media is scared to question Belichick, but sometimes he does some dumbass shit. And I know Capper has shit on him a ton as a GM, and this would certainly qualify as GM stuff. But you know, their draft picks, the GMing, the coaching decisions. At the end of the day, though, they do have a very competitive defense. You have top tier talent like Matthew Judon. You have his son making that like weird coked out thing with his lips on the side.
Is that coke?
Well, I mean,
he just likes pulled pork. Gets stuck in his teeth.
he's certainly, maybe it's pre-workout, whatever it is. He was doing a motion with his tongue. That if you ever hung out at a party where people are doing cocaine, I
don't want to waste the drop.
You could see that similar expression.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's the beginning of the story. We actually went as far to say like we thought this was maybe Belichick signaling that he knew the end was near, because he was just trying to get his boys another head coaching job, and making them offensive coordinators would be the fastest way to make that happen. Unfortunately, it went the other way. So I think the other thing you have to say about this team is it didn't make sense. Like it, for the first time, it seemed like maybe there were cracks. The whole Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones thing.
Well, the way that cracks to your point, Ryan, to jump in real quick on the iron fist that Bill Belichick had, because there's rumors that Robert Kraft wanted to see more Zappi. It didn't seem like Belichick had a firm grasp on who to play at quarterback.
He looked a little out of control, which is not something you see all the time. So obviously it stood out. I think also, you know, continued questions about Belichick, the GM, and maybe a good time to transit. My takeaways from last year is they were probably like the win total, knowing that they gave a game to the Raiders, the fact that they could have been a 9-win team is not really what I remember. I do know they had a nice defense. They could run the ball. Rhamondre had some nice breakout games, but they have, I think what they say is if you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. And the other thing that I found in my research of Mac Jones is there are more. It's not just a guy who's trying to throw some mud on Mac Jones, printing these. Hey, other players are saying Mac Jones the dirty player. There is a pretty decent chain of events that have led to players going out of their way to say Mac Jones is a dirty player.
Well, it's weird you get that at the quarterback position.
The latest being Calais Campbell. I just wonder, like, could that be where some of the struggle, that maybe the Bailey Zappi Mac Jones struggles are? Look, I know it's tabloids. I'm not a tabloid guy.
I didn't think you were a TMZ guy, Ryan.
But we should talk about the changes this year.
Okay.
Because I think, and the biggest one's not on this sheet. It's Bill O'Brien.
Yes. Bill O'Brien coming in as offensive coordinator, a guy who probably not a great head coach, but I think he's a classic, not a head coach, but a coordinator.
Sean, real quick, cause people are obviously here, not for us. Cause let's see, Cousin Mush is already
They're already calling for Capper from the stands.
Do we get him on so we can start talking?
It's a fucking wheel, man.
All right. Is he waiting in the wings, right?
Yeah, he's ready. I'm sure we can get him on.
Joining us, he is the co-host of the Golf Gambling Podcast, Mr. Bosrton Capper. What's happening, Capper?
What's up, boys? So listen, I'm gonna have to. I'm getting feedback in my ear.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
You're
Thank
good
you.
now. You're good.
Right.
You're good.
I'm gonna have to dispel multiple things that you've already said. One, the Raiders game was tied when that happened. There was no guarantee of a Patriots victory, especially if you've watched that trash team. That's not a guarantee. They didn't have the lead. They inexplicable play, but there was no guarantee of a victory at all. And,
okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
it still felt like they blew that game.
I'd like to. What do they say in a courtroom? Objection. If that fumble doesn't happen, they win the game, right?
No, they go to overtime. They were tied.
Okay.
They returned it for a touchdown with no time left. That's why they
was
win by
he
6.
when he fumbled, or when he?
The fucking 40-yard line.
Capper. It would have gone to overtime. The Raiders are horrible in overtime. You saw what happened to them in the Cardinals. It was really a great battle of who could fuck up this game, and the Patriots just with an all-time GOAT performance. What were your big takeaways, Capper, 2022 for the New England Patriots?
So the fact that Bill put the Rhea brothers in charge of the offense was insane. Do you know who those guys are?
Yeah, I mean,
the Rhea brothers.
I know
gonorrhea and diarrhea, both of them, fucking assholes. Like, I can't believe
that is a disgusting act.
That was a combination of a Northeast joke and a dad joke.
Oh yeah, it was great. He crossed a lot of. He crossed a lot of lines there with that joke. Yeah, no, I mean, we thought it was a horrible idea. No one thought it was a good idea, and we were all right. It was a horrible idea.
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned that Kraft was behind Zappi. Kraft wasn't behind Zappi. Kraft wanted Mac Jones. Fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum want.
Oh, okay. They were the ones pushing Zappi
because Mac was, throwing his fucking arms and throwing hissy fits because the plays weren't coming in and doing all types of shit. He was acting like a spoiled brat. Like he was. But listen, I get it too. If I was saddled with those two shitbags, I'd be pissed too.
So are you 100% in on Mac over Zappi?
Oh God, you have to be.
Yeah, definitely over Zappi. Yeah, over Zappi. Yeah, I don't know if I'm 100% in on Mac. I mean, he looked decent his rookie year. Second year, you can't really take anything out of it. So I don't know. The whole last season was a complete fucking disaster. This year's draft was much better. We drafted a kicker and a punter in the same fucking draft.
That does seem unnecessary.
What is he doing? What is Belichick doing?
I don't know. And so we get some new angry nerd guy who his name's Matt Groh, who's supposedly in charge of is getting more leniency in picking players at the draft. He talked at camp today. It was either today or yesterday. The soundbite that Boston Sports Radio kept playing was their pitch is, we like football in New England. Not like that's it. Like, we like football. Yeah, you're right. No other football team likes football. How about you pay somebody, get some talent up here?
Wow.
Belichick still thinks it's the fucking system. It's clearly not the system. It was
well,
Tom Brady.
Great transition, Capper. Pull up the list of the players because they did. I mean, again, another guy. He was on the team already, but they backed up the truck for Devontae Parker. How about that? Paying some players.
Unbelievable. Like this guy can't. He was a fantasy darling forever, right? If he could only stay healthy, he'll be good. Never stay healthy. He hasn't done shit for the Patriots. I have no idea why we fucking restructured him. But God forbid you go out and play somebody like DeAndre Hopkins. It's just insane. Like the fact that how much money did we drop on frying pan hands Nelson Aguilar? He is the worst evaluator at fucking wide receiver that's ever been possible. He has never hit on a wide receiver once.
I think it's just so stark because I do still think, obviously, Bill Belichick, good head coach. It's just it stands out so much because he's so bad at being a talent evaluator.
Has Bill Belichick had any success without the greatest defensive player or the greatest offensive player of all time?
That is true.
No, he is well under 500 with Tom Brady is not his quarterback. Going back to his days at Cleveland, where he somehow in that NFL documentary he was like somehow trying to take credit for the Ravens Super Bowl win because he built that team in Cleveland. That arrogant prick. Like it's unbelievable. He hasn't done anything without Brady. Like the Castle year was like whatever. We didn't make the playoffs. He was over 500. But since Brady left, he let Brady leave without a fucking plan. We brought in Cam Newton. Cam fucking Newton.
My favorite part was when everyone went, we need to investigate it. This is unfair.
It's not fair.
The Patriots are getting Cam Newton. Yeah. I go, oh man, I cannot wait to fade the Patriots. Capper, just so we get it nice bite-sized clip form.
Yes.
Bosrton Capper, is Bill Belichick a good head coach?
No, not anymore. He was covered up by Brady. He's a good defensive coordinator. The times have passed him by. I mean, look, not to make it political. Look at every politician. Everybody who gets that age, just cognitive decline. That's how it goes. Mitch McConnell, Biden, whoever. Throw Bill Belichick into that mix. He is clearly not firing on all cylinders.
He's going to run for office. Senator out of Massachusetts. Bill Belichick, you have the floor.
Who's that redneck from Alabama? He's a senator. Why couldn't Bill Belichick?
Tommy.
All right, so grumpy old men. Let's get that with McConnell, Biden, and Belichick.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it. Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
But overall, key additions, key losses, the roster moves. What are you most excited about what they did in the offseason?
I guess Billy O'Brien. To be honest, I'm not really excited about much. I was happy they drafted Gonzalez.
I think that was a good pick.
I actually do. Yeah, me too. And I think that Keon White guy, I don't know anything about him. Apparently, he just looks like a monster in camp. Now they're not even in shells right now. But he looks like a monster, just like stature wise. So I was happy with Gonzalez. I mean, we didn't add anybody. Mike Gesicki, get fucked. Juju Smith-Schuster, he hasn't been good since AB was taking all the coverage.
Why would you bring in Juju Smith-Schuster? It just seems like
social media.
Why wouldn't you just pay Jakobi? He was a locker room guy. Everybody liked Jakobi. Mac had a relationship with him. No, let's let him go to fucking Josh McDaniels out in Vegas and bring some scrub TikToker in who's got a bum fucking knee. It's unbelievable.
It's funny to call Juju a TikTok.
Yeah, he is one of the more athletic TikTokers out there. So I think he does have that going for him.
Real quick, I got to derail this for a second. The Aaron Hernandez thing. His baby mama now has a child with a confirmed made patriarchal family member in Rhode Island who is currently under indictment. She was at his court date.
So she's got a type. Criminals, right?
She's got a type.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
All right. I mean, isn't that Gesicki supposed to be the Aaron Hernandez? Hunter Henry's the Gronk, right?
I guess.
Isn't that the role play?
Hernandez didn't get all murdery. That would have been fucking great.
No, he was a great player.
Well, ran into the Giants. Didn't work out well.
All right, gonna move into the schedule. Before we do that, you know what's on our schedule? Signing up for the Circa contest, Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, $14 million in guaranteed prizes up for grabs. We're gonna be out there in beautiful Las Vegas, August 24th to the 26th. Come out, say hi, sign up with us. Sign up in Vegas, play from anywhere. Circuit Millions contest is awesome. You got weekly quarterly prizes, booby prizes, millions of dollars up for grabs. It's just fun, man. I mean, imagine having an awesome season. Imagine you probably playing your free office pool pick. Imagine winning that and then not being in the Circuit Millions. That's what would haunt me as a gambler. Going on an electric NFL against the spread pick'em run and not also winning a ton of money from Circuit Sports. You get a sweet jacket. Derek gives you a giant check. It's a great time to be alive. CircuitSports.com.
Bang! All right, we can show Mr. Capper again.
Looking at the odds here for 2023, win total set at 7.5, make playoffs plus 250, miss playoffs minus 300, to win the division 8-1, conference 35-1, Super Bowl 65-1. I mean, we'll walk through this schedule here, but not. Again, as we mentioned, the hardest schedule according to win totals, and you'll see it. I mean, for a team that has a minus, or their win total set at 7.5, they're only favored in 4 games here. Ryan, what's your early thoughts on looking at this schedule?
It's the hardest. It's hard. It's not like so. I guess when smart people talk about looking at a football schedule, they talk about range of outcomes.
Yes.
And I think when you're looking at the Patriots schedule, the range of outcomes, I see a lot of bad potential outcomes. They don't get the quarterback situation right. Bill O'Brien isn't the savior everyone thinks he is, although he did get Christian Hackenberg drafted in the 2nd round of the NFL draft. They have locker room issues because the Belichick way is no longer working because they're so far removed from actually being champions. And having the players that were part of that culture. And if Belichick isn't the coach he used to be, which assigning your 2 lackeys to be the offensive coordinator when they never coached offense before feels a bit like that. I just, it's hard to look at the schedule and be optimistic. I don't understand with their division why their win total is at 7.5. I understand they can play some defense, but riddle me this. We see defenses I know the Belichick's defense is good every year, but we've, the wrong guy gets hurt. We see a little bit of variance there. If they check in as a slightly above average defense this year, is that offense going to be able to do anything in the division they're in? Are they going to be able to score with the teams in their division?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. And New England historically, last 21 seasons, they've only gone under their win total 6 times. But I mean, again, obviously a big part of that was Tom Brady, and Belichick winning 7 or more games so many times. But then obviously you look at the post Brady and it gets 8-9, 10-7 in 2021, 7-9 back in 2020. So yeah, I think they really have their work cut out for them. I mean, Capper, what are your big picture thoughts before we go here game by game with the Patriots? It's hard to project them completely bottoming out because I do think there's a decent floor with Belichick and that defense. But how say you?
Let me. Okay, so one thing just off the jump, right? You know how many games the Patriots and Mac Jones have won when the other team has scored more than 24 points?
Is it 0?
Yeah, how many?
Please be 0.
It's fucking 0. It is 0. It is 0. So if the team scores more than 24 points, we're not winning. And so you want to talk about the defense. Okay, let's take a look at what they did last year. Tua put up 20 in week 1. They gave up 14 points. Was it Kenny Pickett? I think came in halfway through the game. Lamar Jackson threw 37 up on him. We gave up 27 to the Packers. I think wasn't Jordan Love starting that game. And then we blanked the Lions, but the Goff was terrible on the fucking road last year. Then we played whoever the Browns fucking quarterback was. And then Justin Fields scored 33 points. Then Stifler fucking scored 17 points on us. The Colts, who's that? Matt Ryan, 3 points. So, and then the Jets, same thing, 3 points. Like bad quarterbacks couldn't do shit. But Lamar, 37. Kirk Cousins, 33. Josh Allen, 24, 35. Joe Burrow, 22. Fucking the Raiders put 30 points up on us. And Tua kills us every time.
And you look at their schedule, the Belichick defense thrives against rookie quarterbacks or quarterbacks with not a ton of starts, but they're playing some high level quarterbacks, and they also struggle against mobile quarterbacks. So you're playing Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. You're playing Patrick Mahomes. You're playing Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're even playing Daniel Jones, who could, because of the mobility, that does seem to give the Patriots defense some problems.
Yeah, and if you look at the beginning of this schedule, and we start out real bad, which is definitely what I think is going to happen. Talk about locker room discourse, like it can go sideways in a fucking hurry.
Now, what about, do you think, and I don't think it's even worth discussing for first coach fired, because even if it was a complete disaster.
What do you mean? 100% I have a note.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
What do you mean, really?
Come on.
Is Billy Belichick on the hot seat?
So listen, from everything. So obviously I listen to sports radio every fucking day, and like I read all this shit. And so it seems like, good or not, which most people think is not good, Kraft wants him to break Shula's record as a fucking Patriot. So it would have to take an abysmal season, which is on the fucking table, for him to actually get fired. And even then, I don't know if it would so-called be firing, and it definitely wouldn't happen in season. There's no way he's going to be the coach who let Brady walk out the door and fire the greatest coach of all time.
If you read the fine print, make sure it includes stepping down.
Yes,
because Belichick is petty. There is like a piece of,
that's the understatement of the century.
So who knows what could actually transpire? Yeah, I don't think
Sean has a Super Bowl because Bill Belichick is petty by not playing fucking Malcolm Butler.
Five.
Thank you, and thank you for saying I have the Super Bowl. A lot of people.
Carson Wentz has one. Why shouldn't you have one? Same thing.
Exactly. We're a big part of that 2017 season. And yeah, a lot of people say I wasn't on the team. They don't know shit. So you're right. Let's get to it. Let's talk schedule. First up, Kramer, what do we got?
All right. Well, they open against the Eagles. I assume there's going to be some sort of friendly wager here that Capper is just going to pay you ahead of time.
Yeah.
Then they have the
there's zero chance. And Tom Brady's going to be there that game. Hey, welcome back, Tom. Watch your team get curb stomped.
Oh, wow. Is he going to play? Maybe he'll play.
Hopefully, that would be great.
Then they have the Dolphins at home on Sunday Night Football. Back-to-back ass whoopings for everyone to watch. Then back-to-back road spot here at Jets, at Cowboys. Jesus.
Yep.
I mean, you got
they own the Jets, and that's always personal for Belichick.
It's a different Jets team.
It's different Jets, man.
Jets have a quarterback.
Jets. How do you? I do think they'll be able to pressure the Dolphins.
Dolphins might be good this year, dude.
Yeah. And you know how many times we've beat Tua?
Zero
times we've beat Tua. As much as all the Boston sports radio callers want to call him like Tua sucks, blah blah blah. Guess what? He owns our ass. And there's nothing you can do about it until you beat him.
So
I'll let Capper go first. Capper, what do you have them going in this first 4 run here?
0-4.
I do. If the Cowboys are going to be a run first team, I think that's an interesting matchup, especially because they are looking at the they're looking at a West Coast road trip of Niners Chargers after this. So I wonder. I'll circle that one. I'll give them a win here. But it's very difficult. I'll give them the win against the Cowboys.
I can see the Cowboys.
They stopped that fierce rushing attack from Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. Schottenheimer.
Watch out,
cousin fast linebackers we have.
Cousin Mush has them going 3-1. So
really,
Cousin Mush is on.
He's unfucking believable. He's doing this just to. You're trying to give me another fucking heart attack. It's ridiculous.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
Ryan, did we clear this episode with Capper's cardiologist?
No,
because I'm worried. I'm worried if he gets too angry.
All right. Next 4.
Wait. You don't want to hear my prediction?
Oh yeah. Sorry. You usually go first. My apologies.
I'm mixing things up here. I think they're going to beat the Cowboys. I kind of think they're going to beat the Jets.
Really?
I do. I kind of like him against the Jets. So yeah, give me 2-2.
So listen, Sean, I would normally go with you because normally it doesn't matter what they do. I go, the Jets are going to jet. Like that's what they do. But I can't say that anymore. I'm not sitting on the throne I used to once sit on. I'm amongst the plebes now with a bunch of fucking, loser NFL franchises.
So you think Aaron Rodgers gets the best of old Billy Belichick?
Yeah. Did you hear Billy Belichick suck him off in the press conference last time they played?
Oh, no.
Oh my God. Like just balls fucking tickling the chin. Complete deep throat job. Forget about it. Like,
you know why he wants to get in that darkness retreat with Aaron.
Capper's talking me into 1-3. I'll go 1-3.
Nice. I like that. Normally the guest gets us more optimistic.
No, this is the opposite.
Next up, we have the Saints coming to town, where the Patriots will be laying 3.5. Oh, okay.
It's dangerous
at Raiders, which the payback game, I guess we're calling it. Bills at home at Dolphins. My Lord. Now, Josh pointed this out. Before the show, we were having a pre-production meeting since you were off doing hot yoga or something. It was only an assumption. We were only assuming that you were doing. Oh wow, we're pre-production meeting.
Putting it out there. Yeah.
Pre-production meeting went well.
Who is that? Is that someone on the
Broncos? Just living his best life.
Hell yeah.
He's got that special helmet too.
Namaste.
Josh did point out that they don't have the super late season Dolphins trip this year.
Yeah, but at Dolphins usually, but we graded the first Dolphins at a loss, but at Miami they always struggle. Mm-hmm. I do think I like them against the Saints. Anytime play a dome team in New England, I think is a good spot for the Patriots. Raiders, I think is a good spot. I'm going 2-2 here, and you can't stop me. Capper, what do you?
Derek Carr didn't play bad against that Patriots defense last year on the Raiders.
And it's the Jimmy G revenge game. You're missing the Jimmy G Josh.
Oh wow.
Oh, you're
Daniels.
right.
Robert, it's a double revenge game.
What is Robert Kraft going to root for?
The Raiders O-line is so bad.
Dude, the fucking Pats O-line is bad. We got that bag of shit Trent Brown. That's the best thing we got. He can barely fucking stand up, and he's our left tackle. We let our bad line go. We brought in two guys I have legit never heard of, like ever, never heard of once.
He seems upset.
The chat is pointing out that Cowboys are winless if you listen to every team preview.
It
might be a little biased.
That's not true. They'll get a couple division.
I would say at best fucking 2-2, and that means things have to break right. And if they do go 0-4, like I said, they might beat the Saints. Where are the Saints coming from? They're coming to it's not like it's cold in fucking October in Mass.
They are.
So where are they coming from?
It's coming off a game against Tampa. I guess that's a big
division game. Letdown spot for the Titans.
Okay, fine. I'll give the Saints.
Fine.
I think McDaniels and Jimmy G. Plus Belichick's so stubborn and spiteful. He never wanted to trade Jimmy G. He'll probably throw the game just to prove to Bob Kraft that he did have the guy. And he's going 1-3.
That's next level. That's next level conspiracy theory, Ryan. That's why we have him on here. 1-3. So you have them 1-7 right now.
Correct.
I am eternally optimistic, I guess, at 3-5. Kramer 1-3 on the first four. What do you got him going here, Ryan?
I am higher on the Dolphins. Assuming Tua's black belt in judo keeps his head healthy.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I think the Saints is probably the one I circle. So I guess I'm going at 1-3.
Come on, they got pride as an organization.
I'm not willing to sit here and say I've listened to some stuff and I've read some stuff where more or less they look past the difficulty of the schedule with Bill O'Brien's always gotten the most out of his offense. What if there's nothing on this offense to get the most out of?
Who's their number one? We talked about Juju
Ty Thornton, right?
Juju.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean,
you don't like Tyquan.
He's 5'7" and 110 pounds, dude. He's 110 pones. He's a gadget player.
I could
definitely. The guy who banged Russell Wilson's wife back in the day.
Oh,
the gadget kid.
Tyler Lockett.
No, Golden Tate.
Oh, Golden Tate. Yeah,
gadget player.
Golden Tate was a pretty good player.
Golden Tate. I got a story about Golden Tate from my buddy. Ran into him at a strip club down in Miami. Maybe I have to save that for the Patreon. But
the Patreon.
Golden Tate.
So I'll put a caveat.
Penetration.
Yes.
If Tua is already knocked out by this point, which is definitely possible. Well, dude, the guy looks like he's one hit away from never playing again. So if he's out, I can go 2-2, but officially I'll go 1-3.
Okay, officially 1-3. 1-7 for the first half of the season.
He's swollen because he's island strong. And the judo, his core strength.
Capper's troll of the Patriots is beautiful.
All right, so
their schedule is tough though.
Wait, no, you know what? I have to go 2-2 because the payback game. They're going to get the freebie from Josh. Yeah, 2-2. All right. Commanders at home. Then they have the Colts in Germany, where of course, even though Tom Brady no longer on the team, I assume he made reservations for all his old teammates to get a nice helping of stem cells. Get pumped up while they're over there. Hang out with Irsay, get hooked up to a chair, just pump in some stem cells, feel better about yourself.
I wish I could get some fucking stem cells.
Belichick's gonna fuck. This is an absolute smash spot for me. Stephen Belichick is going to spread AR-15 apart and destroy him. All right, bye week at Giants, Chargers at home. There's at least one win here against the Colts.
I'll go 2-2. I'll go 3-1.
Oh, okay. So 3-1, Capper. What do you have the 3 wins being?
So the Commanders, because they're trash. The Colts, because they're in Germany, and there's no way Goodell is going to let Bobby Kraft not win in Germany because they want to build up their constituency over there, so they keep bringing games over. I think we lose again. I think we lose against Danny Dimes.
Patriots are the most popular team in Germany. Actually,
that's why there's no shot. There's no shot we lose. No shot. Yeah. And I think we beat the Chargers because just like the Jets are the Jets, the Chargers are the Chargers, except that at least the Jets have changed their chemistry up a little bit. And it's Justin Herbert going across. And listen, man, we've shown it before. That coach is a fucking tool bag. So I think we get 3 wins out of here. And 3 wins out of here. This is the best spot of the season for us. This is when like Sully from Southie's like, we can do it.
We can make a run, win out here. We get the 7th spot.
Exactly.
This is our year, Sean.
I'm going 2-2 because I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing, Ryan?
Well, because you're picking against the Giants. You can't be objective. You need to let your disclaimers before every episode that you can't be objective.
I think
that's only for new people. Everybody else already knows.
I mean, again, I think the Colts are. I really like that game, and the spread reflects it. But
this week on Patreon, Sean picks a division rival to win.
I mean, Commanders, Giants, and Chargers. I can't get them to 2 wins there. I think that's just 1 win between those 3.
You like the fucking? Who do you like? I don't know. So what? You like the Chargers and you like the Commanders? The Colts suck.
No,
so do the Commanders. I mean, the Patriots suck too. But
I said the Colts are a win, and then the other remaining 3, I think they go 1-2.
Oh,
so I think they
2-2.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 1-3. My bad.
No, maybe I said 1-3, but I meant between Commanders, Giants, and Chargers. I think they go 1-2, and I think they beat the Colts 2-2.
Mush has them going 4-0 here, and he's already hit the over.
He's already hit the over. Can take that ticket to the window. Kramer, what are you doing? 2-2?
2-2.
Oh, okay. So we're both at 5 and 7. Capper at 4-8.
2-2 with 1-3 potential. All right. Well, actually, wait. I had a note here. Did I miss something important? Was it the no? Not missing anything important. All right. Moving along. At Steelers on and again another nugget here from Josh, but 3 straight late season Patriots primetime games.
Great. Can't wait for that.
Only one of them can't be flexed. Don't worry, guys. This might be the first Thursday night football game ever flexed.
This is a brutal Patriots 5-game stretch.
Patriots at Steelers. Then they have the Chiefs at home.
Oh my God.
Then at Broncos, at Bills, back-to-back road spot. Then they have the Jets at home.
Well, worth pointing out, the at Steelers is Thursday night. So Thursday night on the road's impossible.
Oh, that 3 extra days of rest is going to help us against fucking Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes is going to shred you. Denver late. I mean, that's maybe winnable.
No, it's absolutely not. Here's why. We have the fucking worst record when we go to Denver. Jake fucking Plummer beat us in a goddamn playoff game.
That's true.
And if that fuck Gostowski doesn't miss the extra point, thanks Tommy Lathrop if you're listening, you jinxed it. And we didn't have to go for 2 against Gronkowski. Like we dominated that game and we couldn't fucking win it.
So you got him. Ever. What do you got him? 4-1 or 5-0 here, Capper?
That would be so. I'll give. I guess we could luck box into a win if the Jets have a fucking playoff spot lined up. So 1-4.
Oh man, 1-4.
Bills coming off a Saturday game, so a day of extra rest. Jets coming off Thursday night football, so that's an extra 3 days.
God,
I'm going 2-3, and I feel like that's super generous.
It is. It's super generous.
Kramer.
Where are the? You know what? They will split with the Jets, so I guess I'll give them 1.
So we should have lost both games against the Jets with those tad quarterbacks, right? Fucking they kicked it. They kicked it straight
a baby fucking wheel, man.
They kicked it straight to the old. If they kicked it out of bounds, we don't win that game. We returned a punt with no time left to win a game.
That was such an ugly game. Yeah, I mean, you forget some of the games that the Patriots pulled out of their ass to get them to 7-10.
All right, so I guess I'll go 1.
1-4.
1-4.
Okay, so Kramer has them going 6-11. I have them going 7-10. Capper has them going 5-12. So we all like the under 8.5 wins. I mean, that feels pretty good.
I said it last year. You guys were both on it last year too. And guess what? This is even worse this year.
No, it's
like the only player on defense we have is Matthew Judon, and he's not even practicing. I don't know if it's a contract thing or what. He hasn't suited up yet. So if Judon doesn't play, what the fuck? What is our defense going to do? I told you the crap quarterbacks that we played last year.
Can I lead out with a absolute smash lock?
Sure.
Patriots finish in last place in the division, -120.
Oh my God.
Love it.
I'm co-signing that immediately.
The only thing you have to worry about with that bet is if Tua gets rocked like week 2.
No, they have Mike White now. They have Mike
White. I think is
Mike White stinks.
Well, come on, dude. They almost beat the Bills in Buffalo with Skylar Thompson. So I think there's a world where they can hang around. Now we'll see do we get an update on what happened to Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah, he's out either 4 weeks of the entire. No. So they updated it right before we came on. So he's going to talk to another surgeon, and it's either 4 to 8 weeks or the entire season.
It's never good when you have to talk to a second surgeon.
No.
Yeah, I mean, the Jalen Ramsey news,
Jalen Ramsey's washed anyway. That dude's a prick.
All right, hold on. But they're reporting his ACL is intact. He's going to miss the start of the regular season, but his ACL is intact. Jalen Ramsey himself tweeted out 2 hours ago, "I'll be back on the field stronger than ever in due time." That doesn't sound super positive. This is
in due time.
This all caps. So
I'll pay my taxes in due time.
This so minor for God's child. I trust fully and know He got me. I'm forever grateful to worship His name. All right. Sounds like is that Jalen Ramsey or Noah on the keyboard?
Capper, we haven't talked about Rhamondre Stevenson at all.
Kid's a beast.
Yeah. Monster.
People seem to be high on him fantasy.
Yep.
We're talking player props here. Are there any sort of player prop stuff you like with Rhamondre? His rush.
I couldn't find any rushing props. What is it? What do you got?
His yardage is set at 1,000. His rushing touchdowns are 6.5. Pretty.
Oh, 6.5. Oh, I would love the 6.5.
Back-to-back years though, he's only gotten 5 last year and his rookie year.
Well, that's because he had Damian. But he had Damian Harris. He had Damian.
That's
Harris
a great point.
Last year. We got a bunch of scat backs now, like little water bugs. And there's no chance we're signing Dalvin Cook, so I'm not worried about that. I love the fucking over 5.5. Love.
No, it's 6.5. Sorry, did I say?
Look,
6.5. I'm with you. I'm gonna take Rhamondre. Rhamondre over 6.5 touchdowns on the over. Kramer, what kind of any props you like here?
Damian Harris vacating 106 carries, 3 touchdowns. So
yeah, but he was injured last year. But he got injured.
I'm high on Rhamondre. Obviously,
well, he only had 210 carries, and I think if Bill O'Brien has any sort of sense, he's going to get him maybe not 300 carries, but up in the high 2s. I would think, yeah.
And I think the big thing the Pats missed out on last year was the play action. Like these fucking morons would refuse to run the play action, no matter how many times they ran the ball. So
but Mac Jones would thrive on a play action system, you know?
Right, correct. That's what I'm thinking. Billy O'Brien is going to actually fucking use play action because he knows what an offense is and not like Patricia and Judge. Fuck, I can't believe Joe Judge is still on the staff. The fact that Joe Judge still has a job is fucking insane.
He's good. He can get the beer. He gets the beer good.
No, he's such a tool bag on his fucking interviews. He is literally the least favorite person I've had in New England in forever, and that includes the murderer Aaron Hernandez. Like Joe Judge is
wow.
Wow, that is an interesting power rankings.
Let me ask you this: Are we at all interested in maybe just fade? Like, do we fade Patriots over under 2.5 division wins? Under is -115.
Ooh.
Are they getting 3? Is this?
We're not beating Buffalo at all. Unless we get into that crazy wind game like we got one time.
Belichick
so there.
does know how to control the weather.
He does, just like Obama's weather machine. So
yeah,
what,
I don't know. I mean,
over 2.5.
It's 2, and they got to get the 3 to win.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take under 2.5.
It's like a good stack.
Yeah. I like that. Because unless Tua fucking gets rattled again, like
he took judo. He's fine. He took judo in the offseason.
Did he drink that Russell Wilson concussion water? Did he do any of that?
No, he's not crazy. He's from the islands, bro. They just drink coconut
Island
water.
strong.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's not get. Also, concussions. Colby was pointing out they might not be real. So there are some questions to be answered.
Was he a cigarette lobbyist back in the day? Colby was nothing like cigarettes don't cause cancer.
Come on.
If you want to have
what are you, a pussy?
If you want to have some fun, go look at like the anti seatbelt lobby.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Colby was definitely in the anti seatbelt lobby.
Oh, now we got these ropes holding
can't drink beers and drive,
holding our people down in cars. So a couple people fly through the windshield.
Yeah, what are you?
Rub
pussy?
some dirt on it.
What are you, pussy?
All right.
I don't have a ton of stuff.
Nothing else. Yeah, because I got them under.
I don't like them playing low. Like they're pretty chalky and all the least wins and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't.
The price isn't great, and I don't think they're gonna be like that bad. The 2-15, the 3-14.
What did you have them? You had them 6 wins, right?
Yeah,
I had them 7 wins. Yeah, so I'm saying I don't think if they are bad, I don't think they're gonna be that bad.
You're not gonna win 7 games.
You think Caleb Williams is? You think he's gonna tank? Belichick not going.
Belichick would trade down if he had the number 1
Belichick
spot.
won't tank. No, he won't. Yeah, exactly.
He would trade down.
14 third-round picks going to 2048. The only positive prop bet that I found, and it's only because I think our defense is going to regress and we're going to get absolutely fucking torched by good quarterbacks this year, is Mac Jones over 32.50.5, and the juice is only -110. That's comically low.
Yeah, that is.
But you just shit on him for a whole episode.
But our defense is going to suck, and Bill O'Brien is an actual offensive coordinator, and we're going to have
to Capper's point, it does feel like they're going to be playing from behind a bunch. I mean, in 2021, he threw for 3,800 as a rookie.
Yeah,
3250 is pretty low. I
think that's really low with Billy O'Brien actually using the play action. I think we'll be fine. I think that was actually pretty solid. That's stupid though. 3250, like Christ, Kenny Pickett almost got that. I think
16-1 for him to lead the division in passing yards.
That is a terrible bet.
I'll book that. Who's taking that?
Yeah,
I'll take your action. Take your action, Kramer. All right.
No, we're having a conversation
now.
So hostile.
Now for everyone's favorite bets, the MLD. Most likely to degen, aka get busted for gambling on the NFL.
I have a question.
Sure.
If there's a member of the organization that's in the Hall of Fame, do they count as forever employees?
Active members only.
All right, then before we get started, Richard Seymour would be the answer. He's like,
absolutely.
He's cashed like
he's a poker player.
Yeah, he's a full like actual poker player, grinding out World Series of Poker events.
Well, then probably he
also in the NFL, is he in the NFL? No, he's in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Or is he in the NFL Hall?
No, he's in the NFL Hall of Fame.
I mean,
wait, time out. Did he get in? I was yelling about it the other year.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not a big. I mean,
he deserves to be.
I'm not a museum guy.
Me either.
All right,
Kramer, what do you got?
Well, I'm looking up if he's in the Hall of Fame because we're a football show and we should know this. Oh, he's not. He's in the 2022 class. We should have known that. Yeah, we should have known. Exactly. Why didn't we know that?
I just said it
like 10 times that he's in.
Capper, go first. This is your team. Who's gonna degen?
Who's gonna degen?
Yeah,
Jack Jones.
Ooh.
Okay, talk us into it.
The guy just walked into Logan Airport with 2 unregistered firearms with extended clips in his duffel bag.
Oh,
he has
wow.
also been arrested in the past for being absolutely hammered, breaking in through the roof of a fast food restaurant to get some Chinese food. He's 100% fucking laying bets with some local named Vinny from the North End.
Oh yes, this is great. He doesn't seem to be a guy who's well equipped to follow and or understand rules. Great pick there. Great pick there.
Well, and
when you said breaking in to get Chinese food, that I immediately think of Eddie Lacy. When Eddie Lacy reported to camp and he was like 50 pounds overweight, and then someone went back and pulled all of his tweets, and it was just like every 2 months he goes, getting hungry, could go for that China food. Hey, I'm thinking of hitting Panda Express. Love me China food. He never called it Chinese. He always called it China food. It was great.
Maybe that's where Trump got it from.
Yeah, feast mode. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, look
Great.
at that.
Oh,
that's Photoshop.
Eddie's calling for a first down.
Is that Photoshop?
I mean, you can almost see the baby kicking in his stomach. He's 8 months pregnant.
All right. I think
YouTube.com/sportsgambling podcast. You gotta hop on and see some of these visuals that producer Josh is pulling up. Great work, Kramer. What do you got, Kramer?
I don't know why. Yeah. I would say that this one seemed easy to me actually. And I did come across the Jack Jones stuff, and I was like, well, I don't know, this feels hot. I like that Capper brought it up, but I went through Juju Smith-Schuster. This guy loves the esports, Sean. Loves the video games. And would you believe it?
Maybe he
has publicly posted about betting on esports.
Has he really?
So all right. So there
#Legends only.
There was again. I didn't verify that the picture of the tweet was accurate, but it was essentially him saying that he liked. He was going to get down on Team A to beat Team B in some like Call of Duty shit. So if
betting on a game,
if you're betting on esports, Capper, how many guys were betting on esports during the pandemic?
Don't bet on regular sports.
That's fair. All right, that's fair.
All right, like everyone knows. Everyone in the Discord knows Jong.
Yes,
John was guaranteed. John was betting on esports and didn't.
John was
give
the
a
one
shit.
getting me to bet on fucking UFC. I didn't know shit. I was like, that walk up music sounds like he's the winner. Click.
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottom line. So I thought potentially it's a gateway drug. He is.
Well, if he's on TikTok all the time, he's probably getting all these TikTok handicappers throwing out their milk toast trends, and then he gets sucked in. It's a slippery slope.
And
can I thank you guys for not making me do like TikToks for fucking golf gambling? I really appreciate that.
Well, not yet.
Well,
not yet.
I mean, thanks for reminding us. And then I'll go further. I cannot confirm this, but I know that Juju Smith-Schuster commented about watching Madden simulations during the pandemic. I don't know if he was watching ours.
#Legends only.
And shout out to the oh, that's us. Madden Sims. Yeah, I think if you're watching Madden Sims and you're also betting on esports, I didn't verify that he was betting on watching Korean baseball or New Zealand B League basketball, but I think if you're betting on those things, there's at least a chance. And you're in the Northeast, where you just you shoot over to some obscure like bet 74325.ag and fire in your action, and then you deal with a guy. Juju's in. I think
Juju definitely has a guy. All right, for me, I had to go.
The fact that he's a soft, whatever this generation is called.
Yeah, but they still bet. That's what we're finding out. They just.
I don't think they do.
No, they do. They like to bet in bite size though, just like everything else.
Bite size. Come on, what are we talking? All right, for me, I had to dig deep on the roster.
Really?
My New England Patriots MLD. Give me Trace McSorley. First off,
okay.
Capper, do you know a McSorley who doesn't gamble? What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
he went to Penn State. The guy must love beer. I stumbled upon a Reddit thread explaining his origins of where he got COVID. seems like the guy liked to party, according to this rumor online. And McSorley, if you've ever been to New York, you got to check out McSorley's Ale House. It's the oldest bar in New York.
Wow.
Trace McSorley, he's got the name, he's got the look, he's got a lot of time to kill being the third quarterback in the New England Patriots. So yeah, give me Trace McSorley, most likely to be a degen. I'll recap my bets. Under 7.5 wins, AFC East 4th place. Rhamondre over 6.5 touchdowns, under 2.5 division wins, going 7-10. Trace McSorley, MLD. Kramer.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It feels like I'm light here. It feels like I'm a little light on the Patriots. I think I want to fade them, but I don't want to fade them too hard. If they end up winning 8 games, would you be surprised this year?
Yes, shocked.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, look, is Belichick the coach next year?
Yes.
Really?
Because he's got to get Shula's record in craft. I'm telling you right now. Like, and listen, unless it's my record 5-12 or worse, like it's not even a conversation because he's going to need another fucking 7 wins to break Shula's record. Kraft wants to fucking have the pomp and circumstance of some stupid fucking ceremony that no fan gives a shit about. By the way, no one cares if Bill Belichick broke Shula's record. Do you know what Shula's win record is? Anybody? No, because it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. So, at what point in the season will you decide that you're going to be a Patriots fan and forget that you predicted 5-12?
I'm still a Patriots fan. Listen, just because I'm screaming about the team and I know that they suck, it doesn't. This is why I'm so angry. If I wasn't a fan, I would be like, I don't care. I'm going to go watch soccer, right? I would.
Don't even joke about that.
You see how serious he was? It was a hard R. He was so mad. He said soccer, not soccer.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Capper. That's the whole
point. I love this team. It pisses me off what they're doing.
That's cute.
Loves the team.
Why is the league giving you the toughest schedule? You think they're still coming after you for that ball incident?
No, which was fake, by the way. But no, I mean, look,
aromatic pressure with the humidity, gas law, Joule's gas law.
Yeah, and all that shit was right, Sean. But I will say they're finally like. You guys remember some of the soft schedules you used to get. I wouldn't admit it back in the day, but yeah, there was definitely some soft schedules. So now it's time we get some hard ones.
Oh,
Maybe Dell's like, yeah, fuck Belichick. Let me see if I can get him up before he gets that Shula record. Let me get him out.
Well, I think your soft schedules or the divisions, the teams in the division were just so bad for so many years.
Yeah, the government announces aliens, and Capper says that the Patriots may have gotten a soft schedule back in the day.
Things I never thought I would see
on the same week.
Hey, make sure you give Boston Capper a follow on Twitter at Boston_Capper. Check him out on the Golf Gambling Podcast. Hey, support the war against corporate gambling. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Patreon. We're back talking more NFL previews. The next up, we got the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend, get them involved, and send us your MLDs. This is I like this bit. It's a good time.
I get nervous that someone's gonna just send us your D's.
No, Ryan, okay. Come on. What kind of show are we working here?
I don't know. Maybe a wife's listening in the background.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he's Ryan.
Sorry, Capper.
Kramer. Let it ride.